So what's up, you guys? I want to talk to you really quick on how not to be deceived. The Bible says that in the last days, many will be deceived, right? And I hate to bring it up, but just to recap, what happened over this weekend. There was like a big floodgate that went over on a very prominent man of God. And I know a lot of people were deceived by it. And, I'm not going to, address any of the people who made the post or anything like that. Let God deal with them in their hearts. But more so for the people who were actually victimized in that whole, just rampage. They just kind of went with the wind with it. And, they just kind of got engulfed in it. Excuse me. And I just want to talk to you guys really, really, really quick, how not to be deceived, because I would hate for me to think that I'm under a particular preacher and, I'm thinking they're right. I'm thinking, hey, I'm doing the right thing by being under them. And the whole time I'm not. And it just comes out to be that they were just under something else. Like, how do I not fall under this spell? Well, the way to not be deceived by the enemy is to know the Spirit of God. Let me let you know what it means to know the Spirit of God. When you know the Spirit of God, it's like this. I'm going to give you an example. Let's say you have a best friend, right? And someone comes along and they tell you something about this best friend that just doesn't sit right. You've been knowing this person for a very long time. And although you were not there to witness anything, you in your spirit will sit up there and say, hold on, wait a minute. That doesn't sound like such and such. Let me double check, because that don't sound like the such and such that I know. That's when you really know a person. So it's likewise with God. The way you're not going to be deceived is to know God in spirit. The Bible says that we ought to worship God in spirit and in truth. Well, you can't worship him in truth if you don't know the Spirit. So what is the Spirit of God? The Spirit of God never changed. All the way from the beginning of the Bible to the end. God does not want anyone to perish. God does not want no one. In the book of Genesis, let's just recap everything. Right. As soon as the fall of man, God already had a plan. He told the enemy, he said, I'm going to send my seed and you're going to bruise his heel because he's going to crush your head. All the way to the book of Romans, where they say, anyone who call on the name of God shall be saved. God never changed his position on salvation and wanting to make sure that every person has the opportunity to go to heaven. So if you're under a ministry and they're kind of getting a little sick kick off of a mockery of a person, or they're quick to call out wrong, but can't call out what's right or demonstrate what is right, you may have fallen under deception. Remember, God doesn't change his position on salvation. He wants to see you saved, everyone saved, your family saved. That's just how he is. He is truly love. Y'all be blessed.